It has been a record-breaking year when it comes to border crossings. More than 1 million migrants caught along our southern border. More than 2/3 of those apprehensions were right here in Texas.
And tonight, KPRC2 investigator Robert Arnold is back along the southern border. He's talking with health officials and lawmakers to find out just how migrant crossings are having an impact on the rising number of COVID cases.
Nos sentíamos perseguidos. Más que todo por eso. Porque fuimos afectados por los huracanes. Por los huracanes ella quedó desempleada.
The reasons for coming haven't changed. Last time we spoke, you said you were averaging about 1,000 encounters a day.
Right now, for the last few weeks, it's been over 2,000, 2,300 apprehensions per day.
And the #1 spot for apprehensions on the entire border is the Rio Grande Valley, an area also struggling with the weight of the pandemic.
Because of the limited resources, there's a possibility of pitting a resident versus the migrant.
How much of an impact is the border having on Hidalgo County in terms of COVID?
Excellent question. I think it's been misrepresented.
Dr. Ivan Melendez is the health authority for Hidalgo County.
It is impossible to have more people in one place and not be an impact.
He says out of the more than 94,000 migrants tested this year, 8.4% are positive. In the last few weeks, that number has climbed to 14%.
Absolutely, the migrants play a part of it, but they're not the cause. If the migrants were not coming, we would still have a pandemic. We'd still have a pandemic of the unvaccinated.
The impact is on resources.
As public officials, we got to take care of our residents first.
Laredo Congressman Henry Cuellar says local leaders are angry. The federal government left the testing and quarantining of asylum-seeking migrants released from Border Patrol custody up to them.
We need real solutions to what is happening here.
Nonprofits are filling some of the gaps.
COVID positives, which is my biggest concern. We want to make sure they don't enter any location until they're negative.
Sister Norma Pimentel is head of Catholic Charities in the Rio Grande Valley and oversees the testing of migrants. At first, Border Patrol was releasing migrants in McAllen for testing, and the church was quarantining positive cases in hotels. But the numbers started overwhelming the operation.
We were not able to empty hotels as fast as we were getting them, so we were at a point that we could not hold any more positives.
To try to better control the potential spread of COVID, the city of McAllen, Hidalgo County, and Catholic Charities made a change in where Border Patrol is releasing immigrants from custody. The entire operation had to be moved to nearby Ansaldas Park on the banks of the Rio Grande.
Cups, spoons, okay, and got ice cold milk for them.
Volunteer Jonathan Selby was taking supplies to the park, and he shot this video for us since the public is not allowed inside. Now, all migrants released in this area are brought to the park for testing, and those who are positive remain here under quarantine in air-conditioned tents. McAllen officials say while the cost is ongoing, so far a FEMA grant covered $1.5 million for testing. Catholic Charities is shouldering other costs.
The reason that we have Ansaldas Park and over 2,000 people in Ansaldas Park is because the federal government doesn't have any place for us to take them.
But not every spot on the border has a setup like this. Laredo Mayor Pete Sines says his city can't do what McAllen is doing.
We don't have the infrastructure to test, quarantine, so we don't test these folks.
This is why Cuellar and several border leaders are asking the federal government to pause the release of asylum-seeking migrants, at least until they can get out from under a pandemic that continues to take a toll.
We have to prioritize our local residents that are here.
Reporting from the Rio Grande Valley, Robert Arnold, KPRC2 News.